Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005 Magicians franchise.
Yes, and before we jump into the game, I've been playing some side franchise with our Old Lifers franchise, of course, which had RecV5X as the quarterback,
Yep.
number 6. And I have the difficulty level set to all Madden.
Yep.
And I've been working on sliders. And with this particular replay, I have the quarterback accuracy and the wide receiver catching both set to 9.
Oh, okay, yep.
Okay. All of the other offense sliders are set to the default value, which is 10, of course.
But you're trying to get more realistic completion percentage?
Except, well, no, what I'm trying to do is not run the score up against the all Madden difficulty AI defense.
Oh, yeah, because they suck.
Because they suck, okay? Basically, with the all Madden difficulty level, the difficulty is not playing offense. The difficulty is playing defense, right? They went, and said fear the D and built their game and marketed it that way. And then on the highest difficulty level in their game, it's virtually impossible to play good defense without ridiculously adjusted sliders. However, I'm digressing. I'm talking about offense.
Yep.
And how badly the AI defense plays, because I've actually turned up the AI's awareness and pass knockdown abilities too.
Yep.
Right. And we're just with the standard pass blocking, like at 10. And all other defensive sliders for the AI are at 10 as well, like the default value.
Yep, just their knockdowns and awareness are cranked.
But the problem with all Madden difficulty is that they appear to have cranked up the individual playing ability of each individual player.
Yep.
But they did not do anything up for play calling or anything like that. And there's also certain things that you can do in matchups that will still turn defenders inside out, and you can easily defeat an all Madden difficulty, even a superior team on paper.
Yep.
Right? But anyway, here we go. So the situation here is it's actually second down and about 12.
Yep.
Okay, and even with the run blocking buffed up a little bit for the human offense, I still don't run very well. I usually get somewhere between 60 and 90 yards on the ground total in a game.
Yep. So
I lost a couple of yards on first down. Now it's second and 12. And so what I did, of course, is I brought out 4 wide receivers. And I'm in the single back tight formation here.
Mm-hmm.
And in response, of course, the defense brings out a 4-3 against 4 wide receivers, because why not? Right? And watch the defensive play call that they make. All I'm doing is dropping back the pass. I'm leaving the running back in to help with the blocking.
Yep.
Right.
And he steps up and double teams that guy.
Yeah, because they have the line shifted to this side. So I figure the tackle the end might just run around the tackle. So I've got the halfback blocking to this side too. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get pretty good protection. But you can already see this play where it's going to go.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep.
You can already see what's going to happen. What's going to happen, RecV5X?
You're going to throw a deep corner to the left-hand side of the field by that guy who's running towards the 20, past that single deep zone in the middle.
Well, you know me well. But yes, you can already read what's happening here in the coverage, right? And here we go. And look at this. Like, this guy is so wide open. The guy covering him is 10 yards behind him, right?
Yep.
And that's the all Madden fear the D, okay?
That's also why you don't play one deep in this game.
Yeah, but no, they weren't even playing one deep.
Yeah,
what they were playing is they were playing man flats, because if you watch here, this guy is covering him. This safety is actually covering this guy because this linebacker's playing a flat zone, right? And if you look at the other side, this linebacker's playing a flat zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is covering him man-to-man, and the safety over here is covering him man-to-man. And this linebacker has got coverage on the halfback here. And since the halfback stays in to block, well, he does the spy thing in the middle kind of thing, right?
Yep.
But you see this now. They've got no deep zones. It's 2nd down and 12 from, like a roughly their 45-yard line.
Roughly midfield.
Okay. So there's certainly no reason to not play
deep zones.
Deep zones here. And there's also certainly no reason to need to double the flats, right?
Yep.
Like you and I both cover the flats, but we rarely ever, if there happens to be two guys covering a receiver running to the flat,
it's coincidental.
It's because there was already a man coverage assignment on that particular receiver.
That's right. Yep.
But these two guys in one of our defenses, these two guys are always playing deep zones.
That's right.
And then the man coverage would be underneath. And also, if it was me or you playing defense here, well, there would be a dime defense out here.
Yep.
Guaranteed. You want to have as many defensive backs in man coverage as you do wide receivers out on the field.
That's right.
Right? You want to have a defensive back covering each of these wide receivers. And then if there is a lone linebacker in a dime package, well, he would get coverage responsibility on the running back.
Ideally, except for when they come out in something really fucked up like a trip set or something that can screw up your coverage.
Yeah, but you're still playing 2 deep zone safeties, right? In case something goes wrong.
Yep.
However, here,
there's no safety.
There's no deep zones here.
You can remove the word safety from the positions of those two players.
And
because there's no safety involved.
And what makes this worse is that this guy, Quincy White, is wide receiver 2.
Yep.
And John Mike Houston over here is wide receiver 1. So they're trying to cover the 2 best receivers on the team with safeties. Okay? And you know what?
They both come open.
Safeties are not cornerbacks, okay? You can't cover a highly skilled wide receiver properly in single coverage with a safety unless that guy is like a superstar caliber player.
Yeah, and these guys are just an average team.
Well, this is the Kitties, so they do have a strong strong defense, but a safety still does not have the same kind of agility, acceleration, speed as a cornerback does.
And both Quincy White and John Mike Houston are very fast wide receivers.
That's right, because safeties tend to be more like you talk about big, strong guys that can tackle and that kind of thing.
Because they're supposed to be the last man back.
That's right. And they're not supposed to be covering, like this guy who's got 99 speed, right?
Yep.
They're not supposed to be covering receivers like that unassisted, right? But anyway, we'll pause for a minute.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and just finishing up the thought from the previous replay, because you mentioned that while we were
well, I was be like, you would need someone like Damon Sawyer to even think about trying to cover a fast wide receiver that.
In our Crusaders League, Damon Sawyer is the strong safety for the Arizona Stingers.
And by sheer coincidence, in spite of the fact that the Arizona Stingers aren't like a very good team at all, Damon Sawyer happens to be like one of the best safeties in the league. Yeah. Why? It just randomly generated like that, and he's just an amazing player.
Yeah. Or somebody like Earl Lewis of the Denver Ponies or somebody like that, right? But even those guys would have trouble covering a 99 speed wide receiver.
Yeah, they might be able to cover someone like John Mike Houston, but they wouldn't be able to cover someone like Quincy White.
But anyway, here's another replay. This one is also from an all Madden difficulty game. And basically what it is an example of what happens on all Madden difficulty and why defenses play like crap. Okay. You have to, basically what I had to do here for the human defense is I had to crank awareness and pass knockdowns up to 20. Mm-hmm. And this kind of, and even with those 2 sliders set that way, watch what happens here. Watch this guy in particular, okay? He is a cornerback, Holman, okay, who is actually not a bad player. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that player ratings have anything to do with what happened here. I think this is actually engineered because they had to do all sorts of chintzy little cheat things to make all Madden difficulty level more challenging instead of putting some thought into it. Anyway, the way that this defense is set up here, number 27 and number 34 here, the corners, are actually playing deep zones. And then this guy is a cornerback 3, okay? And he's playing a man coverage assignment on this guy.
Yep.
And this guy over here is actually the free safety who's got a man coverage assignment on that guy. And then we've got number 43, the strong safety, who also is playing man, I think, on the slot guy over there.
Yep.
And the linebacker, of course, he's got man coverage either on the tight end or on the running back. This is a 4 man-to-man with 3 deep zones.
So one of those guys is uncovered.
So one of those guys is uncovered. It usually ends up being the running back that comes uncovered.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter in this case because that's not who the pass is being thrown to. You can see the running back running out to the flat, and there's actually a coverage guy following him.
Yep. So it was the tight end, but the tight end's left in the block, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. So they left the tight end in the block. They may have even traded coverages, right, when the tight end stayed in the block. But what I want to watch in particular is this guy running the curl out here. Or not even a curl. He sort of, it's a stop and go by the looks of it. And then he's coming, and here the quarterback throws the ball.
And here's that safety.
And you can see the position of the defender here, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's coming straight at him.
The ball's, and look at this. Then he suddenly turns around and turns his back to the guy that he's supposed to be covering and takes, two steps upfield away from the guy he's supposed to be covering.
Yep.
Okay. So then, of course, guy catches the ball, and then he tackles the receiver afterwards, right?
Well, this is a pretty good example of all Madden cheese, though.
Yes. Well, that was what I was saying. This is the kind of thing that the game designers did to try and make all Madden difficulty more challenging. Is basically your
defensive players are stupider.
Yeah, you can see it right here. Like on all pro difficulty level, we've seen many times. This guy will come up and he will either hit this receiver as the ball arrives,
or he'll step up and make a play on that ball.
He will stick his left hand out and try and bat the ball away. Or if he's a risk taker, he might even try and jump in front of the receiver and try and intercept the ball. But I've never seen this kind of behavior right here on all pro difficulty.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen.
Okay, because it doesn't happen. So that was just this guy being stupid, right?
Yeah, the game had to maneuver him into a position where that receiver could catch that pass.
That's right. And, of course, in this particular case, I would not have had any heartburn at all if this guy had tried to jump in front of this pass and missed.
Because there's a
because
deep
I've
zone
still
defender.
got a deep zone defender back here, right? So if he misses this pass and the receiver catches it and gets away from him, at least there's still one last line of defense back there.
Yep.
But in this particular case, like this, like that's just dumb. And as it turns out, this was like about 2nd and 7 or thereabouts, right? But and if we look at the score, well, the score is not particularly close. I'm up 28-10, and I think this is like early in the second half.
Yep.
So really all that happens on all Madden difficulty is if you don't change some of the defensive sliders for the human player to help out, then you'll end up with
stuff like this.
Well, not only stuff like this, but basically this guy runs out of that tackle, runs over that guy, and runs down the field and scores a touchdown or something like that, right?
Yeah. And that's in spite of the fact that we have a tendency to draft linebackers at safety who will not miss those kinds of tackles.
Yeah. Well, Holman, like I said, is a pretty good player. He doesn't miss tackles very often, and he's actually a pretty good coverage guy too, right?
Yep.
Which means that there's no reason for him to do this, and his awareness is 99.
Yep, this is what the 99 awareness looks like.
Yeah, so there's no, because he's been playing for the team for like 3 seasons, right?
Yep.
And and he's been a starter for that length of time too. So, like really, this is the kind of nonsense that they did.
Yeah.
And I'm playing around with this to try and come up with something that is workable, that will produce something
approximating a real
an
game.
actual football game. But it's not easy because you keep having stuff like this happen. And in these games, I'm still winning these games because basically I score almost every time I get the ball, right, on offense. But on defense, I'm like dead last in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
Because they basically have stuff like this happen all the time.
I know you were telling me that in one of the games you played, one of the quarterbacks had like a 98% pass completion percentage.
No, actually, it was an exhibition game, and they changed quarterbacks at halftime.
Yeah.
But both quarterbacks had a pass completion percentage of 90.
Yeah.
And the only time that they did not have a pass completion of 90, I believe in that game, I got 2 pass knockdowns and one of them, at least one of them, I think was from, like how you hit the quarterback and it looks like a fumble, but it's not called a fumble.
Yep.
And I also got an interception in that game.
Yep.
So basically the 3 of the 4 or 5 passes that they did not complete in the entire game were like knockdowns or a pick.
Yep.
So anyway, I guess that's it. We'll move on to the game.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and we're going into week 11. And actually, I was just having a conversation in comments with one of our viewers, and he was asking if we were going to be facing a challenging team soon. And
I guess the Knights are kind of, maybe.
Well, the Knights are a strong offense team, so they will be tough for your defense, right? However, their defense is very squishy.
So we'll probably win because your offense is better than my defense.
Well, actually, I think probably what's going to happen is you're probably going to shut them down anyway because you've faced tougher offenses than this before without any trouble. And I think I'll probably run the score up against them. I mean, that may be famous last words, but we'll see.
Yeah, knock on not wood.
Yeah. And, but I was saying, though, the next game after this one, I believe, is against the Louisiana Zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what I said was I think this will probably be the last of the should-win games that we'll play.
Yeah.
Like the games that you play where you need to win those ones.
And where there's no reason why you should lose them.
And there's no reason. Yeah, exactly. And there's no reason why you should lose them. The big test will come in the next game, actually, against the Zombies.
Yeah, well, because remember, like we've been talking about all Madden here in the replays here, but we're actually playing this particular franchise on All Pro, but we're playing it with human nerf sliders.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're doing that is because we're trying to make All Pro harder without introducing the cheese and stupidity of all Madden into the game. That was kind of the idea behind this series.
Rec V5X, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So basically what we've done is we've turned all of the human offense sliders down to 9.
Oh, was it still Rec V5X or is it Rec V5X2?
I don't remember now.
Oh, well, we'll take a look when I get into the audibles. I guess we can always load again. But anyways, you were saying?
Anyway, like I was saying, all of the offense sliders have been set to 9.
Yeah.
Right? And that includes all the blocking sliders and the quarterback accuracy and all that kind of stuff. Which may be why we had a game where we had 20 drop passes. But, like basically what we're trying to do is create a bit more challenging game without it being absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And so far, we've found all Madden difficulty to be unplayable.
Not because we can't win, but because it highly distorts the rest of the game.
Yeah, and basically what happens is that in order to be competitive, the AI team has to get big plays. They have to get big, long runs or long bombs, that kind of stuff, in order to be competitive.
Yeah, they can't run a consistent strategy or something like that.
That's right. And what all Madden difficulty is sort of designed to do is basically facilitate that, right? So in a play where normally they wouldn't really be able to do very much on All Pro, on All Madden, they get super normal results from everybody. And the next thing you know, that's when you see your running back break 4 tackles and run down the middle of the field and score an 85-yard touchdown, right?
Yep.
And you see that happen, like multiple times in one game. Not just, it's not, like that kind of thing is probably...
the end score might be like, say, I don't know, 42-21, but 14 of the 21 points that they score will be runs like that or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. If they score it all, it'll be a long play, right? And if you can prevent them from getting a big play, they can't score.
Yep, we totally loaded the old playbook.
Did we?
Instead of the new one.
Well, we'll pause for a minute while we correct.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, we got the right playbooks this time, and we're ready to go. And I guess I get to kick it away to start the game. Look at that. See, the zombies are 9-1, so if we can beat them at least once, we could still win the division, right?
Yep.
They'll return this one.
Wow, look at that. With that 10-mile-an-hour wind at my back, I could actually kick it down to the goal line. Wow, look at that. That guy's trying to be tricky.
Yeah, he's trying to be slippery.
Yeah.
All right, now we got the right playbook selected, so... And I forgot to check what their team is like. They probably have stupidly fast tight ends and stupidly fast everything else.
Well, they've got a good quarterback.
Oh, they apparently have a fast couple of fullbacks. What the hell is going on here? Probably for their blocking ability. Probably didn't care about anything else. They just happened to be fast. But yeah, so they're blazing speed at wide receiver.
Actually, it's unusual to see an AI team with 2 fullbacks on the roster.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Makes you wonder what the hell and why.
Yeah.
I guess all their halfbacks kind of suck, though, so...
Yeah, I don't think these guys are exactly a, run-first kind of team anyway.
They have a receiving tight end and a viable tight end. And they both got good hands. So that's probably what's up. So I should treat these guys almost as if they're coming out in 4 wide receivers right now, in my head.
Only one man in the backfield. Passing on first down. With the pass, this one falls incomplete.
And boom, the defensive end that we had dropping back in the middle zone is the one who knocked down that pass.
Yep.
That would be Tiki Love, who is like the best defensive end you've ever seen.
On a cupcake team, at least.
He's even good for a drafted player, too.
Gets the call. Floyd pulls him down at the 26. The Knights have a very well-rounded defense.
That was your nickel guy there.
Yep.
Size and speed, and if they execute their game plan out there, look out.
You're right, they do have a lot of
Yeah, see, we get Tiki Love here coming back, and I think he has 67 speed, too. Actually, we're going to rush from the other side this
The
time.
quarterback is back in the shotgun. Throwing. He finds his man. Dives and brings him down.
And they throw the slant pass.
Now, this is one heck of a play. Look out. You're in a hole here on
Well, it works for us, so of course it works for them too, right?
Yep.
First and keeps the drive going.
Unless you've got a hook zone in that area by a safety or something.
Oh, but that's how the AI defended against us too, right?
Yep.
Play robber or something.
And a pickup of about 2. And this is the 5th play of this drive. 8 to go.
But they're coming out in the multiple wide receiver sets like crazy here.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're pass first team, right?
Only one man in the backfield.
Boom! And Freeborg says hi.
Number 51 made everybody know he was on the field.
That wasn't much of a sack, though.
Well, I think he stepped up in the pocket. At least it was a sack.
Yep. Yeah, it still counts. Even if it was only for a yard.
Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Perfect. I want Tiki Love dropping back in the zone there.
Pressure coming with the pass.
Not that it made a difference there.
Taylor stops him.
Wow, he ran right through the first guy, too, eh?
This is a great call on third down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here. This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first
wide
down.
receivers breaking tackles. Wow.
He tucks it away. Bird
This is that opening drive toughness, though, right?
Well, it's also they're coming out in multiple wide receiver sets, so until they get closer, I'm going to treat them with, like, a lot of respect here, because I don't want to give up bomb over my head, right?
Only one man back. Hand it off. Number 51 stops the play in the backfield.
Well, now they're moving backwards.
Well, you know what? The offensive line blocking is an issue, and it actually, from footage that I've seen, even for Madden 26, that same issue still exists. Where an offensive lineman will just sort of go and just let a defensive lineman run right by him.
They'll go from the I formation. Hand off to the tailback, closing in, throws on the run.
Holy cow, is that guy a lot faster than the guy who was covering him.
Well, what happened to the deep zone guy there? Oh, he bit on the play fake.
Yeah, he bit on the play fake, and then he was too slow to recover.
There's nothing you can do about that.
No. Well, the thing is, though, the secondary in this team does need an overhaul, right?
Well, I don't even think that was what happened there in that situation. I don't blame the physical capabilities of the personnel. If your fucking deep zone guy abandons his assignment, that's just going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened there. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just going to happen sometimes. I don't know. They didn't have a particularly spectacular ground game going for them there, but...
No. But play action is the
kryptonite of any defense.
Well, any human-operated defense, right? It doesn't work worth a shit against the computer.
He'll pass on first down. With the pass, you can hear the collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that or he's numb all over. And that's worse.
Yeah. The cornerback delivers the big hit on the receiver, hey? Wow. Well, let's see if we can throw another flat pass since they're going to play man lock here.
Throws it. He finds his man.
Yep, you're going to flat pass your way all the way down the field if they keep doing this.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just a great job by the receiver.
I'll do that as much as they'll let me get away with it.
Well, it looks like they're going to let you get away with it again here.
Yep. Just to a different receiver this time.
He sees something in the defense. Gets rid of it. And it's complete. Roberts records the stop at the 46. Not quite far enough to pick up the first down.
It's just going to be one of those games.
Because on second and short, everything in the playbook is an option.
Calling an audible.
And it's curls time.
That's right. Actually, I might even try throwing the out to Bennett because it looks like a pretty big. Okay. Like,
oh, come on, Clay.
I could have thrown the out to Bennett there because that guy was playing a pretty big cushion there, but oh well.
I don't understand why Clay decided he was gonna fucking just drop that one.
Yeah, I don't either. But
Fifth
you know
play
what?
of this drive.
Gonna just go straight to the curls play.
And you'll throw it to Barry Trailer. Or not.
Under pressure, on the run. And
No, throw it to another guy who's going to drop the ball.
through the air, but the pass was off the mark.
They played jam coverage there, right?
Yep.
Brown is ready to punt this one away. Here's the punt.
Ooh, nice punt.
Yeah, well, got a little bit of roll there.
Anyways, we'll go back to what we were doing here before.
Well, these guys will probably slow down a little bit after they've had their...
Well, hopefully we don't have
their ultra tough
play action.
Well, no, what I found is in this game, too, is that there are certain things that tend to happen. And one of the things that tends to happen is that on the opening possession of the game, they're extremely hard to stop, right? But then once you get past that opening possession, then it eases up a little bit, right?
I'll tell you, these face masks.
Well, we'll have to see.
You can start off going for a jersey and end up with a handful of face masks.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Oh.
Despite good coverage, he forces the ball.
That was our defensive end playing there in the middle that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him on the ground. They'll go
There, more play action, right?
Down the middle. You can hear the collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that or he's numb all over. And that's worse.
Big time play.
Well, at least we had our deep zone guys back there.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate they let him catch it, but, you know, at least they hit him after.
They'll go from the I formation. It's the toss to the left. Diving packet at the 34. Gain of 7. Fifth play of this drive. They need about 3. Backing off. Reed, the lone setback. Pressure, throwing. And this pass is completed. Love makes the tackle at the 21-yard line. Good play to pick up the first, getting it to one of their speedsters.
They have a lot of respect for his speed. A lot of times he gets a pretty big cushion. And that's where he's going to want to break off a route and use his speed to create run after the catch.
Number 85 goes in motion. On the call. Big hit on the ball carrier.
Now, when you talk about getting unloaded on, that's what happened here. He just got unloaded on.
2-yard gain. The defense is going to play this one very tight. They'll make this a 2-possession game if they get into the end zone this drive.
Oh, wow, look at that, eh? Just let that guy run around him.
And that's what the mark of a solid defense is. They close in on you in a hurry, and they don't miss tackle.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. Less than a yard to go. Lost play to the left. Leaves it off again.
Oh, he fell forward over the line, right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's sometimes you just can't do anything about it, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing that drives me nuts about that kind of thing is that if that had been us, they would have called us short, right?
They line up in the I formation. Dropping back to the end zone.
Well, that was almost an interception into the double coverage there.
Yep.
First down, but couldn't get it to his target. And this is the 10th play of this drive. Reed, the lone back. Roberts with a man in motion. Lobs one into the end zone.
Wow. Trying to screw with you, eh?
It's just what they do, man.
Yeah.
Too many chances like that. So you have to make the catch if the quarterback finds you with the pass.
And this is the 11th play of this drive. The corners move up to play this one tight. Robert drops out of the shotgun. Pumps once, gets the pass off.
I mean, they made no pretense about running there, so I made no pretense about not covering the pass.
Yeah, that was nice there, though. He actually, the defender actually reached in front of the receiver and knocked the ball down, eh?
Yep. Yeah, I came out with a dollar defense there.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna run.
About a 28-yard field goal here as they line up for the kick. And it's on its way. Boy, he really
Yes,
Well, when they line up with no running backs in the backfield, then yeah, I think it's safe to assume they're passing,
This
right?
one off. Should be a return here.
Thing is, when they're only 10 yards out from the end zone, their passing options are a bit limited, right?
Well, the main thing, too, though, is my defense doesn't tend to generate a lot of turnovers, so I tend not to have a very good red zone scoring percentage, simply on the basis that they tend to get a lot of field goals, right?
Drops back with the pass, and the catch is made. And he's tackled at the 34-yard line. Gaffney completes the pass with pickup about 7 yards.
Okay, well, maybe we'll go about doing this for a bit.
Gaffney with a man in motion.
Okay.
One deep.
Throws on the move. He has some room. Great pass.
No, look at that. You got a block there from the guy on the one deep safety.
That'll move the chains, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass.
Well,
with a heck of a
anytime I
catch,
see a
that's
guy
exactly
out
what
there
you're gonna get.
wide like that, who's that wide open, I'm going to throw it to him.
1st and 10.
Yeah, and he just might catch it about 50% of the time.
Sometimes he will, yep.
Calling an audible now. Gaffney sends a man in motion. He'll pass on 1st down. Throwing on the
Yeah,
run.
thankfully you don't have to wait for a running back there to do the sumo.
At the 30-yard
Running
line.
backs don't sumo. Don't
That's
know
right.
why. They just don't.
On the move.
He's one of those guys that doesn't lose his accuracy or touch when he decides to throw it without setting his feet.
And I don't throw that tight end out very often from that formation, but when I do, it works okay.
Pretty quickly.
He sees
And there's only
something
one
in the
thing that you
defense.
can do when you see the linebackers lined up over those gaps between the ends and the tackles there.
Just try to not lose yards.
Yeah, pretty much you just plow straight up the middle, and
Really hit hard on
if they try to shoot those gaps, they'll hopefully miss you on either side,
He
right?
unloaded
Yep.
and he got it depleted.
Yeah, and that's because the nickel defense is the best defensive scheme ever invented against the run, apparently.
the 20 to convert.
At
Well-
least in Madden 05.
Well, you can get that look with a 4-3 defense too, eh?
Yeah, depending on
if they
how you shift the
if they shift the
linebacker.
linebackers to one side or the other, then like you can still get that. And then as soon as you try to do anything but run straight ahead,
Drops back.
You're done.
you're done. Those linebackers will run through the gaps and stuff you, right?
Yep.
Gaffney finds the weakness in the defense and makes him pay.
Well, that helps make up the score.
Well, we're on the board anyway.
So they'll try to tack on the extra point.
I mean, we probably should have gotten some points on that first possession, but with 2 drop passes in a row, like it's tough to recover from that.
Yeah, it is.
Cook will be kicking off.
Especially back to back, right? Like back to back drop passes.
Mm-hmm.
It's on its way. From the 2. To the 20.
Oh, I missed him.
New York takes over on offense, looking to extend their lead.
I'm used to having a guy who's a little bit faster in that position.
Yeah, we don't really have anybody who's got speed in that position on this team.
We don't have anybody who's got speed on this team,
First and 10.
actually.
Loosening up
Well,
the
that's not
coverage
true.
on
We
the
have Tiki Love, who has 67 speed at defensive end.
Well, he's fast for a defensive end, but he's still not fast.
He's fast enough, I would consider running him at left outside linebacker if we manage to get a couple more defensive ends in the draft.
He just got unloaded on.
So a gain of about 1.
Or maybe run him from the right, or maybe run Freeborg from the right and him from the left.
About 8 yards.
I don't know. I think that in this offseason, safeties and corners are the guys that we need to focus on for this team.
They line up in the I formation. And Hand it off.
Oh, I was just a little too slow getting off that guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
He got popped. I'll tell you one thing, he's going to feel that in the morning.
Yep, and you had a big number 68 there, 10 yards up the field blocking your strong safety.
Yeah,
So
but that
it's a-
happens all the time.
It's a good thing you had an extra guy in there.
A little bit more quickness. I'll tell you, he sure heck looked quick on that play.
That was a reverse.
Was it?
Yeah, they tried to run a reverse there, but we got in there. If it had been a play action, we would have sacked him too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The score is 10-7.
Trying to get cute.
Yeah, well, they've been running like every fucking fake in the playbook, and they've run play action like 3 or 4 times now too, right?
Yeah.
Reed, the deep back.
There's a reason I'm playing with the defensive ends out there almost all the time instead of putting the tackles on the field. It's because they're not running the ball really, and they're doing tons and tons and tons of pass plays.
Yeah.
And defensive ends are better at covering passes than defensive tackles are, because they're just a little bit quicker.
Only one man in the backfield. Roberts
See, I actually
with a man
do
in
that
motion.
to try to get them to put the
Drops back.
tight end on that side, because I know that Tiki Love is a faster defensive end than Fisher
Yeah.
is.
So if you want a guy dropping back in the zone in the middle, you want it to be the quicker guy, right?
That's right. And so
You're
I'm-
trying to provoke him into moving that tight end to that side to help with blocking.
Clark comes
That's
into the
right.
game for the
Yeah.
punt.
because then I can rush from the other side, and Tiki Love can drop back into deep zone and get his hands on the ball some more, and maybe he'll get a pick in this game at some point.
Well,
He tried.
it's good to have goals.
It's 1st and 10.
All I can say is he tried, man. He tried.
Well, not sure what to think of this. I guess we'll run this way.
Hands it off. Reed is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 30-yard line.
Didn't get much, but I guess it's
They're just trying to
better
get
than a
this
loss.
established.
Yep.
And get it going on the ground, it really opens things up for the other options you have on offense.
Wow, do they ever have a lot of guys on the line here?
Calling an audible now. Dropping back on the move. And he makes the grab. Right, makes the stop at the 38-yard line. Nice job buying a little bit of time and then completing the pass.
It's funny, you run one run play and pick up 2 yards, and the next thing you know, they have an 11-man line out there, right?
Buying time by rolling out or bootlegging.
Shields comes in motion. Going to the air on 1st down. Throws out to the left. He finds his man.
Shields is actually a passably good pass receiver
42-yard line.
coming out of the
Get another
backfield.
1st down here.
Well, they're not doing anything fancy, but good old-fashioned drop back and pass, and it's working.
Calling an audible. Passing on 1st down with the throw, and this pass is completed. He caught the pass but didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, the defense is real good at putting a quick end to completion.
5th play of this drive. They need about 3.
Well, the Comets won. They've won 2 games. Wow. You see that?
Well, you know what? At least they're not... You know what? They're doing better than the Detroit Lions did that one season, so, you know.
Throws on the run. And the catch is made. Right is the guy.
Actually, that reminds me again of that soft drink TV thing where they were doing NFL head coach, and they did the entire season with just
Was
one
that him?
play.
Was that him
Yeah,
that did
yeah,
that?
yeah, that was him.
I watched a review of Madden 26 by him recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said that Madden 26 is not good.
God. But yeah, they were doing the, I think it was them, and they were doing this thing in NFL head coach where they drew a post play for the Colts, and they were just going to throw this deep post to their number 1 wide receiver and have everybody else pass block.
Yeah.
And they even removed all the special teams plays from the playbook. So the only thing they had in there was that deep post, and they actually won 1 game, which was more games than Detroit won that season.
Wow. Yeah, but you know what? Any idea that Madden is a
Back. It's rid of it.
realistic
Pass is completed.
simulation
John,
of
one your favorite
football? I
terms
mean,
right here.
you know,
I'm gonna
no.
use it. Boom.
It's basically an arcade game that can, on occasion, turn in a realistic-looking result, right?
Yeah.
Basically. And they should have kept at that approach.
Well, I don't believe that anything that has ever really claimed to be a simulation sports game has ever come close anyways.
Because I don't think it's technically capable or possible.
Like, they might be able to make them look nice, but that's about it, right? And whether it's hockey, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's, you know, none of it is simulation.
Calling an audible. Looks like he's changing the play.
Or soccer. There you go. Soccer's another one that gets a lot of flack as well, actually.
Yeah.
Although I'm not a big soccer soccer fan myself, but I played a few soccer games before.
Pretty well everybody has, right?
To use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
Yeah, you played a soccer video game before?
Yes, actually. It was very old and primitive compared to today's standards, but...
He surveys the field.
Wow, I don't know how he caught that, but I'll take it.
Yo, I think that guy just fucked up his coverage assignment.
Yeah.
Between him and the defender and make the
Yeah, I think he got the dive animation and the timing was just a little bit wrong or something.
Up for the point after. The kick is up.
Okay, now we're in front.
And yes, it is soccer, not football. This is football. Right? Y'all in Europe and Eurasia and all that, y'all need to get on with the correct English terms for these things.
I imagine there's about 90 million Englishmen who would probably strongly disagree with that position, though.
And there's about 350 million Americans who would agree with that position, so they're outnumbered.
Yeah.
First and 10. Backing off.
Actually, that's a funny thing, right? If you consider what the largest English-speaking population in the world is, it actually is the American.
Yeah.
Reed couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front,
Yeah, so I guess that nowadays, if you use that as a standard, then you could say that the most correct version of English is what the Americans speak.
That's right, because more of them speak it.
He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
Nice job so far on
Wow, look at that.
offense, and we'll see if that continues.
That linebacker just came through the middle untouched real fast.
Yep.
They were trying to throw a screen there, it looks like.
No, that was never going to work. I was playing five-man coverage there.
The defense did a great job on that series.
Screens just don't work against that. Sometimes you see, like, weird token things happen where they get, like, 5 yards, but even then.
Here's the kick.
Wow, that's really out-kicked.
He out-kicked the coverage there. Yep.
Not a bad return.
Get some good field position to start off.
Oh, it's because they have the big-ass wind behind them now. That's why.
Yeah.
So they have first and 10 here.
Well, so far the wishbone has been doing it for me here, so, wow. But they ever got a lot of guys on the line now. Okay, one-on-one coverage on Bennett.
Throwing on first down. Looking for an option.
Oh, wow. I don't know how. See, I get close coverage like that, and I throw passes like that, and they knock them down. And you throw them, and then they just work, and I don't know what to do.
That was not that close a coverage, right? He's in an excellent position to catch that ball. The only thing is, though, you have to make sure you see how far outside.
Yeah,
that's being led, right?
Yeah, it's like going
like I'm not
5 yards.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pressing the D-pad to the left like mad when I tap the throw button, right?
Yep.
And that's why I tend to roll out to the side that I'm throwing to as well, right? Because I'm already cheating in that direction. because I know that if I'm going to complete this, I have to throw it out there and let the receiver run under it.
Yep.
Right.
Let's get back to the play on the field.
Well, you've definitely surpassed me at quarterback.
I like passing. I like to pass about as much as you like to run, I think.
Yeah, 3rd down and 18 is a running situation.
Edwards, the motion man.
And 3rd and inches is a passing situation.
Aimed it off to the back.
Well, okay. I thought that guy, when he did the spin there, I thought he was going to cut me off to the outside.
And then he just kind of stood there.
Yeah.
This offense is determined.
Well, it's like it's like
the
the computer input read my my adjustment, right?
Yeah, and then he was just going to play contain, basically,
Yeah.
in order to prevent you from going anywhere.
Because there was a bit of a gap there, and I tried to turn and run up that gap, and then suddenly he made a move the other way and cut that gap off, right?
Yep.
Dropping back on the run. And he makes the grab. Right. Records the stop.
Oh, that's okay. You can slide across the 1st down marker there.
That's right.
He might be even more dangerous on the run than he is when
Well,
he stands back there in the pocket.
We'll go back and do this a little bit again. The big eye works well, but you can't overuse it either, right? We'll do a little fullback run to the right. See if we can get anything here since they got the line shifted the other way. Nope.
Yeah, that's drop block.
Yep. Well, that's why I'll run the ball on 1st down, and regardless of how that turns out, I'm coming out passing on 2nd down anyway. Right? I pretty much just adjusted to that idea.
Yeah, a long time ago. Well before this game ever occurred.
Looking for an option. Gets rid of it with the adjustment.
Look at the blocking upfield. Wow.
Holy shit.
That's that tight end, number 86 there.
Yep.
Right? Because this looks like a bunch formation, but it's actually, this is 3 tight ends over here, right?
Yep.
It's not, there's no wide receivers on this side of the field. This is a 1 wide receiver formation, actually.
Yeah, with tight end bunch.
This guy here is the wide receiver. So when I move the halfback out, well, then I guess I've got the equivalent of 2 wide receivers out here.
Yep.
And I guess I could have thrown it to him. He had room there.
But no one was covering the tight end.
But no one was covering this guy, so I just threw the ball to him. And then I'm not sure what the hell happened here. What was this guy? What was that defender doing? It's like that defender tried to hit stick this guy in the back or something, right? Like,
he did.
What the hell was he doing? And then, and then that guy, after failing to do that, comes over and misses the tackle, right? Wow.
I think too, if you try to engage someone with a block and you hit stick them into a block, you'll try to like pancake them.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think a cornerback is going to pancake a tight end.
No. Well, obviously not. In fact, basically that tight end who was running the deeper route took out 2 defenders for me. Mm-hmm. Right? 25-yard pass to a tight end who's got like 56 speed. Like the reason I throw those short flat routes to these guys so much is because they're all slow, right?
Yep.
They can't really run deeper routes because they are too slow. Although I think I've already demonstrated in the past that there is no such thing as being too slow to run a deep corner. Right?
Yep.
After throwing a deep corner.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Adam Parkman catches a deep corner route for a 17-yard gain.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely absurd.
Yes, but it worked.
Stops him for negative yardage. Second and long. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion.
See, and if they don't move that tight end over, then I get a bonus, a more beneficial pass rush from that side anyways, right?
Yep.
With the throw, and it's complete. Big hit on the ball carrier.
And when you talk about
Well, that is what it is.
Yeah, well, so long as they're throwing it in front of the coverage, though, I mean, you know, like, you can live with that, right?
The corners playing off a bit. The quarterback lines up with two backs.
They can't move the tight end over this time because they had a twin wide receivers alignment, right?
Throwing left. He hits his receiver. Taylor stops him at the 46-yard line. Looks like he's calling an audible. Press coverage on the outside. Directing traffic. Dropping back. Under pressure. Throwing.
Wow. How did he even throw that? And then how did that guy even know when to turn around to catch that? Like, wow.
If I knew that, I'd tell you.
Yeah. It's crazy.
With the throw, and it's caught. Floyd makes the tackle at the 29. Drops back. Pressure. Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver.
See, that time your linebacker hit the gap there and got blocked by the halfback, right?
The coach is having them hurry it up. He'll pass on first down. Pressure coming with the pass, and he makes the grab. Number 85.
I don't know why they're hurrying here.
After that catch. Looks like he's calling an audible. To the end zone.
Oh, come on.
All they did was they just gave me more time to come and score back, right?
I know, but this drives me crazy.
Do a better job keeping the play in front of him. So
That drives you crazy.
Yeah, well, that's something that the soft drink TV and other people who I've watched reviews on more recent Maddens have commented on too, is defenders don't seem to be aware of where they are on the field.
Yeah.
You know, like they play the end zone the way that they would if the ball was at the 50-yard line kind of thing, right? You know, like you play differently when you're defending your end zone than you do when you're playing at the 50-yard line. Because at the 50-yard line, it's not always a bad thing to let the receiver catch the ball and then tackle him. But if you're in the end zone, you don't want to let the receiver catch the ball, right?
Well, that's okay. These guys are whooping my ass today anyways, so I guess as long as I can make them take a long enough time, then you can come back and you can score on them.
Well, we'll see.
He sees something in the defense. Pass play here on first down. Throws it. Great pass. Keeps his feet moving. And he slips out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Well, you bit off a good chunk of yardage there.
Yep.
So they have first and 10 here. Changing the play now. Passing on first down. Looking down.
Oh, I got hit as I threw.
Incomplete pass. They almost got to him for the sack.
Taking shots like that will really affect his rhythm with his receiver.
This is how you deal with that outside rush, though.
Gaffney sends a man in motion.
Okay, I may not have to because they're not shifted to this side.
He surveys the field, throws on the move.
Oh, come
He
on!
let that one loose.
The overthrow, right?
That might have had something to do with his follow-through. If you release
Man, oh man, that is so frustrating.
Balls thrown into the ground. If you release it too early, then you'll see an overthrow like that.
Drops back, throwing on the run. Behind the call.
Nice job.
The collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that
Well,
or
I
he's
figured that, you know what, if they don't want to give me the corner, they are giving up something else, right?
Yep.
Okay, this is how we deal with the outside rush. We get Collins there to do a little pass blocking for us.
Throwing on first down. Looking downfield.
Oh, they came up with a 4-deep scheme there.
Yeah. But that's okay. We got a couple of timeouts, so we can work on that.
Have to get the ball inside the 31 to convert for the first down. Johnson comes in motion. He's looking, closing in.
Hit as I threw again.
He has to fight.
What happened there? Oh, okay. That guy just got knocked. Number 79 got knocked down by a linebacker.
Yep.
Right? You have to get enough protection to actually keep you on your feet, right? Like,
Well, that's also not your fault either, because I mean, like, we're
like
kind of lacking in talent at
the
the offensive
receiver.
line.
The receiver was coming open.
Conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on third down, you keep
But when they the offensive line plays that poorly, there's not much you can do, right?
You keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Okay, catch the ball.
Incomplete. So that one flutters incomplete.
He put too
We're at
much
their
punch on that
36. So I'm going to go.
Eighth play.
Oh, you might as well.
There's only 16 seconds left, so
Dime backs in for this play. Edwards.
Probably be more like 11 by the time you're done with this play.
yeah.
Throwing.
Oh, come on! Boy, oh boy. Well, I tried.
Ah, that's okay.
That should have been a first down, right?
Good enough. Good enough.
Only one man in the backfield. Under pressure. They reached him just as he was throwing.
Well, he threw that into my face.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a big arm come in right there at the last second.
Loosening up the coverage on the outside.
Yeah, he had a defensive end hitting him in the face right there at the last
Quarterback
second.
gets set with only one back behind him. Drops back. Pressure. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. New York calls a timeout. They have 2 remaining. It's 1st and 10. Giving some cushion on the outside.
Coming out with some extra protection now.
Quarterback is back in the shotgun. Slings it to the outside. And he hits his target. Abraham.
Well, this will be the last play.
43-yard line.
Yep.
This should be the last
With only
play
3 seconds left, if they gain any kind of positive yardage at all, they won't have time
Number
to do
82,
anything
in
else.
motion. Pass play here on first down. Looking downfield. He's going for it all.
Oh, at least he didn't
oh,
catch
man.
it. Wow.
And I had the safeties and the corners backed up there.
Yeah, that looked like it should have been covered, but okay. They at least didn't get it.
Yeah, man.
Well, after that, I definitely needed a halftime stretch.
Indeed.
Okay.
And we're back.
Yes, and the Knights have been giving us a hard time in this game. Look at this. The time of possession is almost equal. The amount of yardage is almost equal. They have actually a slight edge on us in rushing yardage, but we have a similar edge on them in passing yardage. And their quarterback has completed 70% of his passes so far.
I'm doing abysmal. I'm thinking, you know how I would always say, like, earlier in the season I said that sometimes it feels like
Oops, I got the wrong controller there. Where you have the controller.
Oh, I have
over
the
there
right controller
somewhere.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's going on. That's why that felt weird.
But yeah, you know how you have these games where I say, like, it seems like they're playing the scheme rather than playing the coverage,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to switch schemes here. And we'll see how they handle just changing schemes.
Yeah, you never know. A change might be a good thing.
Well, I've noticed, like, even though I play the same coverages out of these formations, basically, with very little variation, it seems like if I come out just in a different formation, that changes the entire character of their offense.
Yeah.
Even if I'm running the same basic coverage schemes.
Well, you may need the dime defenders out there too, because these guys are very pass happy, right?
Well, that was cornerback number 1 and strong safety number 1 matched up against that last long bomb.
Yeah.
And there was just nothing that you could do about it.
No, that receiver was just simply faster than them, right? So there really wasn't very much you could do. But
See, even when we draft some safety backers at the end of the season, when you draft safeties who can jump also tend to have mid-70s speed because they tend to be known as coverage linebackers. And so they tend to actually make good safeties.
With the pass.
yeah, you need guys with at least, I would say, 75-ish speed
72.
to play safety.
At least
right?
72.
And actually, I find that if you get a safety who's got around 80 speed or close to it, that's even a bonus, right?
It depends on what you're going for.
Well, because if you're playing them off like that,
Because what I tend to despise is, like, say you've got that play, and the safety is the last man back, and he goes to make the tackle and then he misses? That's why I draft those safety backers. Because I don't ever want to be in a position where I've got the last man back and he gets tackle broken.
see, I had positive yardage there, and then the defender pushed me backward, and they ended up giving me, like, reduced yardage on that.
Yep.
It should be you only lose the yardage if you move backward voluntarily, not if you're pushed back, right?
Drops back, looking for a receiver, throws on the run.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well, we're challenging that fumble.
So the coach wants the referee to take another look at that last.
The call on the field is questionable. They're going to review it, and this one might get reversed.
So what we're looking
That's
for
not a
here
fumble.
is
Yeah, that's not a fumble. Ass was down.
Yeah.
Before the ball came out.
One of his ass cheeks hit the ground before the ball came out. Yeah, that's reversed.
Get a good enough view to overturn it.
First and 10. Despite very little success running on first down, they still lead.
And running is important, but they've got other weapons that can get them in the end zone.
Gets the pass off, and it's caught. Roberts brings him down at the 38-yard line. The receiver showing us soft hands on that reception.
The guy's been working really hard.
Well, we'll just keep chipping away at them with these short passes. Actually, I think I'm going to go to something like this against this defense.
Dropping back with the throw, and it's complete. Refuses
Well, at least he didn't run backwards.
Yeah, he tried. I was pushing ahead hard, eh?
And has almost reached the 300-yard mark.
See, I wish that EA Sports would give you and I the ability to start this particular franchise over again and give us complete creative control.
Yeah, let us be the developers for Madden 05 2025 edition.
Yeah.
Dropping back to pass on first down. On the run, and he fails to hang on to that one. He dropped it.
That's the type of pass.
If only one could actually get the code base for this game.
Yep. Well, you know what? I would not touch the game as it is too much just yet. I think that probably the first thing that I would aim at improving would be offensive line blocking.
Yeah, you just take the blocking code from 04 and put it in 05, and then the second thing would be play calling.
Guns it left side.
Ugh.
Right, particularly don't crowd the line at midfield.
Yes.
That's what you look for. You have guys watch film each week.
And then even if all you did was make one improvement a year, you'd still have a better game than what they've got now.
Or force an interception.
Knights line up in the quarter defense. Johnson, the motion man. Dropping back, he surveys the field, slings it out left side. Roberts with the tackle.
Boy, I just barely made that 10 yards. I better call a play quick here before somebody decides to challenge the ball spot.
No, you know what? You get enough of those spots where they completely rule you behind the fucking first down marker, even though your entire body is across it.
They keep the defense off balance.
Reed takes him down at the 21-yard line. They went with the running play.
You never know when you're going to find some.
Well, they can't overturn it now. I still only have 25 yards rushing. I have run a few run plays since this half started. I just haven't gotten any yardage.
Throws on the move. Perfect pass. Right. Records the
Nice.
at the 14-yard line.
3rd and inches, so we're passing.
It is a passing situation after all.
That's right. 3rd and inches is a passing situation.
But not a play action situation.
No.
Yeah, it's only a play action situation if you're like 3rd and 27.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bump it to this. And hopefully we'll see if Collins can catch it here.
Fires it out to the left.
Yeah.
He hits his receiver. Basket
Because
brings
even
him
though
down
he's kind of
at the
slow
6-yard
and
line.
lumbering, he
So
is
they're able to pick up
reasonably
another first down.
sure-handed.
And this offense is clicking. They're making the right calls at the right time.
6 more yards, and they'll put up 6.
Oh, look at this. They got the goal line defense out there.
Dropping back, guns it to the end zone.
There, you see what I mean by that guy on the outside was playing really soft coverage there?
Yep.
Now that's just
And
how
that's
they
why I
practice.
was able to throw that out. Like that's why I drew this out in here. It's basically the curls play, but instead of having the left wide receiver run the wheel like that guy does there, I just have him run a short out because what I'll do is I'll read, and if this guy is playing a really big cushion like this,
You can just throw it underneath them.
then yeah, I'll just throw it in front of him, right?
Back to the game.
And we needed that touchdown, especially after that abortive 4th down attempt there in the first half.
Kicker lines up for the
Oh, you
point.
made up for it.
The kick is up, and the extra point is good. Cook is back and ready to put this one in the air.
Oh, jeez.
It's on its way
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's still in play.
from the 16-yard line.
Meanwhile, they're like, what? They chose kickoff right this time?
Yeah, I guess they weren't expecting it because they had nobody blocking over on that side. Just keeping them guessing every now and then.
So they have 1st and 10 here. They're having no success running on 1st down.
Stuff like a turkey. I mean, less than 2 yards isn't very good.
Green makes the tackle at the 39-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. 1 yard to go.
Now they're coming out single back big every play.
With the throw, he has one, and he makes the grab. He just
Oh, don't
unloaded
face
on
mask the guy.
Now that is what football's all
That's the
about.
second face mask penalty we've taken this game.
There's so many limbs flying and body parts moving around. You just tackle whatever you can and you grab anything that's moving. Sometimes you get a handful of mass.
Well, what can you do?
Rushing on 1st down has not worked out for them today. Less than a 2
Man,
yard
Al is just
carry out.
loving to comment on their failure at rushing for some reason, man.
Yeah. Well, thing is now they're having a bit more success on the ground, but I think that I would rather, in your position, I would rather give up 5 or 6 yards per carry on the ground than have to put up with some of the passing and stuff that was going on in the first half.
Well, the
right?
thing is, though, this is the same coverage scheme as I was running in the first half, too.
Yeah. But it's a little bit thinner in the middle against the run, right?
Yeah,
'Cause you
just
don't-
because of the way the line tends to be drawn up. So it's actually an inferior scheme.
No,
but
not necessarily.
For whatever reason, though, they tend to react differently to it.
Yeah.
Right. Or rather, they react differently to it if they're expecting me to run the other scheme.
Backs are lined up in an eye. Brown, the man in motion. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. Closing
Yeah.
Good play in the backfield.
All right. Now, what was different about that coverage scheme versus any other coverage scheme I've run? I guess they didn't have very many people
Well,
going
it's
deep
also
that time.
personnel because you're running a dime package here too, right? Whereas before you were running a nickel for full time.
I was, but they didn't burn me on the linebacker part of that component. They actually burned me on the wide receiver 1 part of that component, right?
Gets rid of it. A little off target, but caught. Floyd records the stop.
Or sorry, on the cornerback
26
1
yards.
side of that
Found
coverage.
a soft
Yeah.
spot on the defense and was right there to make the catch.
The thing about a pass like that is it cuts down on the time the defender has to react to where the ball's heading.
Backing off. The defense has had difficulty.
There comes the
stopping
tight end
on 3rd
over.
down. He tucks it away. Under pressure.
Yeah.
He tackled behind the line. Great
Yeah,
That's a big play on third down.
Freeborg's a bit of a faster pass rusher, too.
Yeah.
To make the play. Just can't take a sack in a situation like that.
Well, with that strong wind behind them, they'll probably make this unless he misses it, one side or the other. But I would think he probably would have enough leg to make it with the help of that wind.
And it's up.
Yep.
The kick is good.
Oh, accept the penalty. Make him kick it from further away.
They might not be able to kick it now.
They might not be able to kick it. They have to punt now. Awesome.
He'll try to place this one inside their 5.
Oh, we took enough fucking face mask penalties to get there, so this kind of balances that out.
Here's the punt.
Yeah,
That wasn't a great punt either.
So far, we still have the edge in the penalties, right?
It's 1st and 10.
In numbers of them, anyway.
Shields, the man in motion.
You see how they got those linebackers in the gaps there?
Yep, the line gappers.
Yep.
Gets rid of it. Breaks free.
So I'm just going to avoid that situation altogether.
Take a look at this. He gets himself into position, keeps his legs.
Oh, yeah, look at that, eh?
Boom, he just unloads. That's a depleter.
Shields moves in motion. Pass play here on 1st down. Throws it on the money. Reed pulls him down at the 49.
Well, Shields is turning out to be the offensive star of the game so far.
Yep.
Look at that. He's got 5 catches for 92 yards. You don't see a fullback put up those kinds of receiving numbers very often, eh? If ever.
Well, he's a reliable receiver, though, unlike most fullbacks.
He's looking, throwing.
Oh, I didn't get that one outside, you see?
Yep.
Then he was able to stick his hand up and bat it down.
Gaffney doesn't have perfect accuracy either, right? He's no Rod Dorsey. And he's no Bo Jenkins. And he's no Rec V5X.
He's definitely not Rec V5X, that's for sure.
Gaffney with a man in motion.
But he is better than whoever the hell the Zombies quarterback is.
Surveying the field.
Currently Sedbury, because in that franchise the starter got injured.
Yeah, you got to play a game with him yesterday.
Yeah, because we've been playing all kinds of practice games, experimenting with all kinds of things.
And that was an adventure to be sure.
Yeah, but they have another 99 speed running back on that team. And that was lots of fun.
About 6 to go.
Yep.
Come out of the nickel. Gaffney.
Okay, let's see here. Yep.
Drops back with the throw.
Yep. That's what I was looking for. As soon as they move that coverage guy away because they want to trade players,
you can break their coverage.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely. That's a freebie, right? I'm gonna take it. That's another flaw in the game design, though, because you know what? I don't think that they would change their minds that quick, to that degree. Because any pro team on offense that sees that kind of movement going on in the defensive backfield
with the pass.
Is going to try to take advantage of that too, right?
Yep.
Well, that's the fullback, though, trying to catch that pass, right?
This is the 7th play of this drive.
Was it? I thought it was the halfback trying to catch that one.
No, that was fullback 1. Johnson is the halfback.
Gaffney with a man in motion, calling an audible. Looking downfield with the throw.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I saw the guy follow the whoop.
And we're back.
I saw, if you watch the flat guy here.
Yep, you got the linebacker
see how you got the guy
following
him out, and I guess I could have thrown to this guy, but when I looked this way, he was standing basically all by himself over there, right?
Yep, he's the hole in the zone.
Let's get back to the action on the field. 1st and 10.
Oh, we're going to try a run play. We haven't run the ball in a while. Maybe they'll let me get a couple of yards on the ground, eh?
Receives the handoff.
Or a touchdown.
Or a touchdown. A rushing touchdown.
Right here.
Yeah, but you can see the way the blocking set up on that, though. You could tell that it was going to happen, right?
Yep, that was Shields getting that one for you.
Yeah. But you can tell, and what you look for is when you're running behind this guy and this guy,
A split between them.
right? If you see him block out the wide guy and him engage the other guy like that, you can run between them. There's a lane kind of going diagonally
Yep.
that you can run between. And then somebody else over here, I think a wide receiver actually, turned around and got a nice block on that guy.
Yeah, the rear side pursuit guy.
Yeah.
And then there's just no one left.
And that's how the off-tackle run out of the wishbone is supposed to work. It's just that very seldom does everybody do what they're supposed to. Because I have all of the blocking assignments, pretty much aimed, like, so those players are aimed in the directions that they actually ran in. It's just that they just don't follow those assignments very often, right?
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return.
But anyway, I think the New York Knights are going to get betrayed by their weak defense now.
Defense will try to force them to punt again,
Well,
as they did
good.
the last time the offense had the ball. So they have
I'll come out in another scheme that we've been running all game long, which is this.
The Knights have had a tough time throwing on first down today.
Yeah, he's not completing too many.
Passing on first down. Throwing. He finds his man.
Oh, look at that. A fancy spin and everything.
At the 37.
Yeah, they're doing whatever they can to make it work, right?
Yeah, the funny thing is, though, what I've noticed here is you're actually getting pressure faster than you were in the first half, too, right?
Yet again, this is a nickel. This is the same fucking nickel as the other nickel, just 3 down linemen instead of 2. And I'm still dropping one of the down linemen off in a zone.
Yeah, basically your system involves a 3-man rush, right?
That's right. So it's the same number of guys rushing, the same number of guys going back in a zone, the same number of guys in man coverage, the same number of guys doing everything.
Backs are lined up in an eye.
I kind of fucked up my emotion there.
Reed. Love with the stop at the 39.
He's very
Right, but
consistent running
it's
the ball.
basically the same coverage scheme for all intents and purposes as I was trying to run in the first half there, but
Yeah, but the players are in different positions on the field.
even though they're the same players,
Yeah, but they're positioned differently in these formations, right? It's a what they call, you're giving them a different look, right?
yeah, basically, and that alone seems to be enough to completely and totally fuck them up, right?
The quarterback gets set with only one.
It's still the same guy coming on the pass rush, too. It's Mr. Freeborg there.
With the throw.
Wow, that was terrible coverage.
Is closing in on 300.
What the fuck was that?
That was terrible coverage. Yeah, he was basically completely unaware that that ball was coming, right?
Wow.
And we go back to the game.
He didn't even look at the receiver to see the receiver looking back for the ball. He was just kind of running alongside him, right?
So they have 1st and 10 here. Reed is the deep back, looking for room. Seymour with the tackle at the 30. Gain of 7.
I'm so unused to running this scheme now, I keep fucking it up when I go to change sides. Not that it's making a difference anyhow.
The corners playing back.
I think at this point, all you're going to be able to do is just slow them down a little bit,
Back in the
really.
shotgun. Brown moves in motion. Pump fake. Throws it. A lot of room to
And
work.
you know what? That guy there came open just because he was so much faster than number 41, right?
Yep.
It was a speed mismatch. as soon as he started running sideways, the coverage guy just wasn't fast enough to keep up with him.
The sixth play of this drive.
Well, and that's how they beat those.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside. They'll go with a run once again. Drop in the backfield for a short loss.
Those coverage
I'd say
schemes.
try throwing a little bit of zone defense in here because they keep beating you on the man coverage. And you're to the point now where you might as well try to do something different because if you keep doing the same thing, they're going to get you. They're going to score on you eventually anyway, right?
They're in the red zone.
Wow.
Well, I'm still at the point here, though, where they could get a 15-yard post in the middle, which is why I'm playing coverages that can kind of protect against that.
Yeah. Well, it's 3rd and 12.
Their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
They've done very well on 3rd down to this point.
Oh, yeah. Green gets in there and gets him.
Uses his speed.
Yeah, that's all me. Right, but you see, when they get closer like this, because they have overwhelming speed, but when the field is short, their overwhelming speed really doesn't mean fuck all unless they're doing a crossing route.
Yeah.
So if I saturate the short area with zones, right,
Yeah.
to take away those crossing routes, then I take these guys and I try to run them in press coverage. It didn't really work out that way, but this guy's playing a deep zone and he's going to come out this way and cover this part of the field. Right, and this guy's playing a deep zone, and he's going to come out this way and cover this side of the field. All right, and it looks like he's going to stop short of him anyways, but whatever. And
Yeah,
looks
you've got that man in the middle dropping in the zone that kind of takes away that post over the middle.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's why he didn't throw that.
I mean, maybe he might have been able to throw this, and he might have been able to throw this. But it is what it is. I mean, I guess he didn't. Well, I guess that one's more well covered than this one. I would have expected him to throw this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I tried to saturate the field short with zones and then play press man coverage, but the press part didn't work out. But
Let's
yeah,
get back to the play on the field.
and that's what I'll generally do around the 20-yard line situation here, right?
But that pressure and sack with the nose tackle, though, that's something that you don't have with that nickel, like that 2 lineman nickel package, right?
I get it sometimes, but
Sometimes,
the thing about it
but
is
not as often as you do with the 3-man line, though.
the thing about it is I've got 2 defensive tackles. Well, the thing is, too, is I have a defensive tackle package for that particular formation, so if I sub them in, then I can still get that anyways, but it depends on the kinds of formations they come out in, right? Because I'm selecting whether or not to put defensive ends or defensive tackles out on the field based on what they come out in. And if they come out in a lot of formations where I think they could throw a post over the middle, generally speaking, especially in those long yardage situations where they could throw a 15 or 20-yard post against you, I'm throwing the defensive ends in there because I want to stop them from throwing that 15 to 20-yard post. Right? Whereas down near the goal line, you don't really have to worry about that because, they're not going to be able to do that as long as you have somebody in the middle.
See, Bennett there. Let's have a look at Bennett, who just caught his 2nd or 3rd long. Look at the wide receivers, the speed these guys have. This guy has 76 speed, and I'm throwing deep corner routes to him, right?
Yep.
And he's got 69 acceleration, so I don't know how he's managing to run away from these guys like this.
I think he's just lined up against linebackers all the time.
Well, let's see who's covering him there. That's a defensive back, right? But I caught them in one of those 1 deep alignments again.
Yep.
And this time I managed to lead the ball to the outside again, right? And, of course, they're not only playing 1 deep, but look at that. They've got all 11 guys basically up on the line.
Yep.
And that guy's not lined up across from anybody, so I don't know who the hell he's thought he was covering, but... if you're going to put 10 guys in the box, you might as well put that guy in there too, right? Like, why not?
No, he's the outside contained guy.
Sends a man in motion.
Oh, man. Okay, well...
Going to the air on 1st down.
Wow, there was no one covering Shields on the right there.
Yeah, there was nobody covering that guy either, but he didn't catch it. That's why I tried throwing that little swing pass to him, because I thought I had an easy 5 yards there, right? Wow, they're lining up everybody on the line on every play now. That's the third play in a row that they've had 11 guys up on the line.
Passing to the left. The 40. Big hit there. He was run over by a truck.
Yeah, 2-ton truck pulling a trailer.
That pass went right into the receiver's hands.
Yeah, and you hear about these guys passing through a tire or at a tire. That's where that.
And of course, as we all know, 3rd down and 2 is a passing situation.
They've executed very well on 3rd down so far, and that's a big reason why they're ahead at the moment.
And I don't think there's going to be anybody following Johnson, so I think if I'm lucky and he'll catch it, he's also going to be... He was wide open, right? I was looking at a 20-yard gain there. Okay, well, you know what?
You might as well go for it.
Yeah, we're too far away to kick a field goal, so I might as well try.
Gets the pass off.
Oh, again!
This pass is incomplete. The offense gets the ball over on down.
Drop passes. Man, oh man.
It's our team's motto, right?
Yeah.
Reed.
Ah, he changed gaps on me there.
Yep.
Abraham pulls him down.
Yeah, over top of the door to the locker room is a picture of a hand, fingers spread, but it's gray and has cracks in it. And underneath it in Latin it says "hands of stone."
He gets the count. The 40. Abraham with the stop at the 34-yard.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't make it there after all that work that you did to stop him on the previous possession. But
it's okay.
I guess I should have just punted and tried to roll it to a stop, in their end, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, what are we going to get, like 15 yards out of it? Doesn't
Well,
really
if it rolls into the end zone, then I would have netted not even 15 yards on that, right? That's why I figured, might as well go for it.
Drops back. Pressure coming. He surveys the field. Deep pass looking for the end.
He's out of
So
bounds.
close to a touchdown.
Now you need the dime package out there.
Yeah, well, again, I had all the defensive backs backed up off there, though, and it was the same coverage as it was before. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, luckily he ran out of room.
Dropping back with the throw. He hits
But these guys are bombers, right? Like, they try to throw a lot of long passes.
That they do.
Yeah, it's been one first down after another. They're putting together a nice-looking drive here.
The corners move up to play this one tight. They have to get some points on this drive and are in good position now to do that as they're in the red zone. And he stops at the 7-yard line. They throw it and pick up a second consecutive first down.
Well, when you start to establish something, you want to keep it going until the defense finds a way to stop you.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside.
This team just seems to lose momentum and confidence when they get near the goal.
Yes, come back towards me.
The thing is, when you get hit like that,
Now they got the big guys out there.
You just can't get rid of it.
And they're near the goal line after that run.
Being in this close gives them better options because they can run, they can play action pass. Heck, as a defense, you don't know what to expect here. You have to play everything. This team has failed to score touchdowns inside the red zone
Well,
today.
they gained some yards, but you still have one more chance to stop them. Blitz, send everybody.
We'll see.
The ball almost on the goal line, less than a yard away.
The coach has to be a little disappointed that his team
Yeah,
has to settle for
okay.
field goal when they move the ball into
Uh-oh.
That's our free safety, I think. That is not good.
Oh, look, they're going to go on 4th down now.
Oop.
Yeah, who do
We are
you
going to
got
have to
there?
take a look at that. Oh, no, maybe it's not our free safety. Who the fuck is that guy?
He's our nickel
Nickelback.
corner.
Well, it looks like he's
So
slow,
you got-
just
so
as
you're-
slow as the
you're-
next
so you're,
guy. So
you're gonna have the strong safety in there next. So that probably doesn't hurt in a running situation anyway.
probably doesn't hurt at all, anyways, given our team personnel.
Yeah. Well, they're at the 3.
They're just 3 yards away from the end zone. Tightening up the coverage along the outside. Bassett lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
What was 55 doing? He just stood there and watched that guy run by him.
Just lowered his shoulders and got the
Like,
short yardage they needed.
if a player's going to dive or something like that, that's the time to do it, right?
And they'll forego the extra point and try to make it a 7-point game. Press coverage on the outside. Number 85 goes in motion. Again with the carry.
Yeah.
So it turns
Oh,
out to
well.
be an excellent
I guess we must score on this possession.
touchdown. Nice. We're ready to kick this one off.
Boy, I just can't stop these guys no matter what I do.
Could be a return here.
Oh, well, that's the difference between me and you. If I'm faced with frustration where nothing's working, I just start sending more guys.
I don't know. I find that that's a good way to get burned, though, too.
Yeah, but you're not
And
going to get
I
burned.
don't have the ability to generate turnovers the way you do.
Yeah, you're not going to get burned if you're already at your own 3, though.
Sure you will. It's called a touchdown.
Thank you for the update.
Oh, well, they scored one on you anyway.
They'll pass on first down. Looking for a receiver. Throwing. Great throw.
No, that's a face. No, that's not a face mask. Wow.
He didn't get called for it, but okay.
That's what happened there. He unloaded.
So we need to march down the field and score a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left in the game.
Or just score a touchdown. I mean, you know.
That too.
Gaffney.
Or even if you get a field goal, I think that'd be enough.
Oh, fuck off.
Gaffney stops the clock there.
Yeah, that's that motion thing.
Yeah, that's the A button on this controller that is a little bit wonky.
Calling an audible. Dropping back with the throw.
You better catch that.
Yeah, he juggled that one.
Boy, oh boy, after dropping that 4th down pass earlier, you better catch that, buddy.
And they're getting it done by seeing the whole field and taking what the defense gives them.
It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Throwing on the run. Breaks free. Loses one tackler. Number 53.
Well, he tried to run over that guy.
The 36.
There, that one there was a swing pass by design.
Yep.
Like I was definitely looking at him first, right?
And make people miss.
They have to get the ball inside the 34-yard line to convert for a first down.
Okay, what are we doing here?
Nickel package. Johnson comes in motion. Guns it left side.
Drop pass.
Just can't hang on. Good job getting there, but he couldn't bring it into the catch.
He looked like he had it, but he just couldn't get it under control.
5th play of this drive.
Now watch. It's almost scripted that there's going to be another drop pass, right?
Johnson, the man in motion.
I can almost see it coming.
On the move.
Oh, he caught it.
He caught it.
Brings him down.
How about that?
26. That's 3 times in this drive they've been able to pick up a first down.
Well, you're in
The
field
thing
goal
is,
range
they'll be
now.
doing more than just picking up first down if this success continues.
Oh boy, my defense has been completely and totally not there today.
Looks like he's changing
Well,
his play.
Like I said, though, these guys are a offensive powerhouse, right?
I didn't expect it would be this hard, though, because, you know, we've played against all Madden teams, and I haven't had this much trouble. It's just these guys, right? They're always a problem like this, it
They need to
seems.
reach the 16-yard line in order to convert for the first down.
Maybe it's just their coach.
Gaffney with a man in motion. Drops back, throwing. And he hits his target.
Well, you know what? That's a completion. That'll keep the clock running.
Yeah.
You'll be able to bring it down to 2 minutes.
8th play of this drive. They're in field goal range. And we can attribute this lead to their ability to convert on 3rd down. Changing the play now.
Yep, I guess that's the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 26-yard line. And this is the 8th play of this drive. 2 minutes to go. These 3rd downs haven't been much of an obstacle, and it's helped them to take the lead. He's looking, rolling out to his right. He's scrambling around. Whew. What a collision.
He's still in field goal range.
Yep. Well, that's all I was trying to do there.
Those guys who's been playing for a while now. And let me tell you, he might never be better than he is right now.
The kick is up.
A strong wind at my back to help out.
Not that you needed it from that range.
Well, you know what? That's why I always pick the wind at my back in the first quarter, because I want the wind at my back in the fourth quarter when it really matters, right?
Yep.
Nice distance. From the 2. New York.
Okay, let's see if I can walk of shame out there and just make them take a long time to score a touchdown.
Well, at least I made them use one of their timeouts while I still had the ball, right?
Reed, the lone back. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. Slings it across the middle.
And you can let them have all the 7- and 8-yard passes that they want, right?
And made the catch.
That receiver
Well, I also ate up 2 blocks in the middle there.
Catch with the best of them. The defense better make sure that they.
No, okay, now we're just going to get an interception off the same fucking coverage scheme we've been running all game long.
Yeah.
On a crossing route, which they've been beating us on all game long. I don't understand it at all.
There was something different there, though, right? Something happened there that was different. Look at how close the pressure was to him, for one thing, because your linebacker flattened that halfback. And when you look at it, he was trying to throw to this guy, right? He was trying to throw that deeper crossing route to the tight end, right?
He just made a bad choice.
Well, the thing is, though, that tight end would have been open, but it might have been even underthrown just a little bit, too, because of the pressure, right? You see what I mean?
Yep.
Like, sometimes things like that work out just because of weird little things like that, right?
He sees something in the defense. They give it to the halfback. Number 41 makes the play at the 34-yard line. For the first, they'll have to get the ball inside.
I don't really care if I make a first down here or not now. I'm just going to run the ball and make them use their timeouts.
Solo. Bassett is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 32-yard line. To convert for the first, they'll have to get the ball inside the 29-yard line.
The offense has been stepping it up on 3rd down all day.
I'm going to move the tight end over and see if I can get him to plug that gap between the guard and the tackle on the left side there.
Yeah, where the linebacker is sitting in the perfect nickel position.
Yeah.
Johnson.
No, but
Okay.
we get a face mask for
We're
a
going to
first
get
down,
first down by face mask. Yep.
which of course will stop the clock.
That's okay, though, because now I can run the ball 3 times and then kick a field goal, right?
He grabbed it and he held on to it and he tried to bring him down with it. And if he would have just grabbed it and let go, it would have been a 5-yard penalty.
Gives the ball off. New York calls a timeout.
Because that's their last time out.
None remaining. And if they can get inside the 4, they'll convert for a first down. He sees something in the defense. Another run. Ward takes him down at the 12-yard line. Just about a 3-yard gain.
Well, I think I'm going to send the field goal team out there.
Yep, just got to preserve the
Cook heads out to try this field
inside the 20 scoring percentage, right?
Yeah. And we'll just let the clock run down here until... Even if by some miracle they score after I kick it back to them, there won't be enough time for them to do it twice, right?
Yep.
And it's up. Leonard kicks it through.
No problem for him. Whatever the situation, he'll
Well, this
approach it
game
the
was
same
all
way.
you.
Cool
Yeah.
and smooth.
Well, if you hadn't stopped them at least a few times, though, then it doesn't matter if you score every time you get the ball, if they also score every time they get the ball, right?
Runs through the tackle.
And that's all the time there is. So this turned out to be a bit more challenging game than we expected,
This
but
looked like it would be a lot closer, but we end up with a 2-touchdown differential.
you know, I still ran the score up on them kind of like I thought I would.
Yep. Yeah, because they just don't have any defense.
Well, and the only times really that I got stopped is when my own offense stopped itself, right? You know, drop passes and that kind of thing.
Yep.
So there we go. And we got 41 yards rushing. Wow. So they did manage to get a few more yards on the ground in the second half, but that didn't really help them, right? And I threw for 400. When was the last time you gave up 300 yards passing?
I don't remember. I don't remember the last time.
Yeah.
I guess this is the last time now.
Yeah, it is. But even so, the time of possession even was still pretty close too, right? But anyway, here we go. Benjamin Gaffney throws for 442 yards and 4 touchdowns, completing 72% of his passes. And Chris Johnson, actually, you know what? When I did run the ball with him, I did okay, but you know, you can tell that I'm a pass first kind of guy, right? And there's Sheldon Edwards and B.J. Bennett and Drew Shields. And then, of course, honorable mention to Collins there, too, for his touchdown run after the catch. And the fullback with 105 yards receiving, eh? He got more yardage than either of my 2 wide receivers did.
Well, they just basically kept leaving him completely uncovered, though, too.
Yeah. That's why it's important in my offense to have a guy who plays fullback, too, who's got some quickness and who can catch, because he's basically an extra pass receiver out there, right?
Yep.
So anyway, 4 touchdown receptions, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drop passes in this one. But I had at least 4 passes of over 20 yards completed too, right? And actually, I think Bennett there caught 3 or 4 like that, right? Well, Alan Floyd, even though he was injured and knocked out of the game, still had more tackles than anybody else. And then there's Freeborg, Abraham. He had lots of tackles for a loss. And 4 sacks. And the 1 interception. That interception came at a very good time, though, too, right?
It did, but I think it was purely luck-based.
Yeah, but it pretty much, snuffed out their any hopes they had of a comeback. Because up until that time, they still had a chance, right? And we were 2 for 2 punting. Like, so we only actually had to punt once. Because we also tried 2 for 4th down conversions, that both of which failed, right? And that's the highest quarterback rating I've seen an AI quarterback get against you, and I don't remember how long.
Yeah, this was an exceptionally brutal game for me.
Yeah, he completed 74% of his passes, including a long one of 43 yards. And they did manage to run the ball a little bit, mostly in the second half. And they only had 2 drop passes, right? This guy threw 35 passes and only 2 drops. And their cornerbacks were leading in tackles because they were, like I was throwing so many of those flat passes. Hey?
Yep.
The cornerbacks are making all the tackles. And then free safety there, left outside linebacker. They only got 5 tackles for a loss and 1 sack. And a few pass deflections. Their punting, though, was not very good. So who's the player of the game? Probably Gaffney, right?
Yep. Quarterback check.
Well, you know what? He was 40 of 55. I threw 55 passes in this game. I'm like Archie Manning out there, except I don't get sacked as much.
Yeah, somehow the cupcake line is better than the one he had.
Maybe he had a cupcake line too.
Fuck.
Right? I still remember that story you were telling me about, the one game where he was playing where he got sacked so many times eventually the defensive players were helping him up.
That's right, yep. Yeah, they even did an interview about that one game. And the defensive players were like, yeah, well, I just felt bad for him. That's what the defensive end said.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess that's the end of this. So we're still undefeated, but our next game is against the Louisiana Zombies, who are an all Madden team.
Yep.
That being said, though, this was also a progression week, so maybe some of our players will get better.
Yeah, well, we definitely need them to.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out next time.
Indeed.
Till then,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.